Nelson, I love your background. You've got a reindeer, a few Christmas objects, a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I mean, we for all of our sales and support guys, we do. I set up custom backgrounds. I probably spent a little bit too much time on these, but like when you're looking at spreadsheets and doing cost analysis all day, and you get the opportunity to do something creative. Someone else made the backgrounds, but we actually have one for every month. So we have a Halloween one, we have a Fourth of July one. We're stacked.
That's cool, man. I like that. It's a good little side project to do every time.
Yeah, I think it's fun, and it's just I'm a big fan of seasons, especially holiday season, and so we got all our Christmas stuff up, and it's just I don't know, it just makes me happy.
I love that. Me too, man. Me too. I get that same feeling.
Yeah,
So
I can see
what
that.
you
Yeah.
got for us today?
Well, today we've been working really hard this year. I mean, we're working hard every year. I guess technically we work harder every year, and so this year we've been working on these Ignite themes, which essentially bridges the gap between a custom design, which is almost always not always always, but custom design is probably worth the money if you go with the right company like Agent Fire. But that can be a lot more expensive. It's a lot more time consuming. And then so you have essentially right now, if you want a real estate website, you have these kind of two ends of the spectrum, right? You have custom design, which, as I mentioned, is sometimes worth it, but again, very expensive, very time consuming. And then you have and then you have template websites, which are cheap, and I mean they just suck. There's really like they just absolutely suck. If you people that go to if you have just a crappy template website that doesn't do anything to articulate your value or show your expertise or what makes you unique, and it literally looks like a crappy template thing that just has no value to an end user. It's probably doing more harm to your brand or reputation, and anyone looking to vet you out, you're probably doing more harm there than you are any favors to yourself. So I actually have a whole slide deck here that I'd love to. Let me see how
Man, dude,
yeah.
I already knew you had that. You didn't even have to. I was just waiting. I'm like, you always have the best
Yeah,
presentations.
I feel very naked without my slide deck. I'm a very like when it comes to video stuff, I'm super scripted, to be honest. Like I'm not the most natural speaker. All right, let me see.
You are, man. You're good. All right.
I,
Don't
I
worry about
probably am. I'm very hard on myself too, so I think I'm like horribly out of shape. I don't know. These things motivate me. So
it. I love how you do it. It's a reverse psychology on
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Perfect.
I literally hate myself, and that's how I've been able to achieve things.
I like it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, welcome everyone. Let us know what city, what state, what country you're in as Nelson begins this one. All right, Nelson, let's go.
Yeah, cool. So thanks for listening. And yeah, again, guys, just to kind of set the stage, today we're going to be going through. We're working really hard this year on what we're calling our Ignite theme, right? And this is something that's very new to the real estate space, very new to like real estate website design. We've had our Ignite theme for a while, but we just redid a bunch of them. We've made massive updates. So these are our 2025 Ignite themes, and these are, in my opinion, this is really the first time where we're like fully embodying this great new sort of middle ground between a custom website and a template website where you really get the best of all worlds. All right. So let's just get right into it. So just a little bit about me quickly. I'm the CEO and founder of Agent Fire. We started in 2013, so it's been quite a long road. I'm in the process of launching a new company called Sold Pixel. So this is going to be actually focused exclusively on logos and branding, and we're trying to do it. We're trying to do it again at a very high level, but at much more affordable price than what you would get elsewhere. If you look at like real estate website logos and branding, I mean, if you start to get really high level, you're talking like six figures, 1,000 watt levels. So what we're trying to do is something that's just much more affordable, much more accessible, but still like very high premium level design. You guys can check out soldpixel.com if you have any interest in that sort of stuff. Yeah, I love, so I'm obviously the owner of Agent Fire. I do a lot of things, but really what I'm most passionate about is just, I love branding. I love visual stuff. I started my career in Agent Fire as the chief website designer. I was the only person working at Agent Fire for a bunch of years. bunch of years. And so, yeah, I love branding. I love visual. I love all the science. I love the philosophy. And so hopefully that'll come through a little bit in today's webinar. And then last thing I'll mention is I'm just very sleep deprived. In our first webinar, Tristan, I'd just become a father. I think it was like a few days before the webinar.
Yeah.
And so now I've updated the pictures you can see in my background. So now my kids are 3 months old. Which means I've been sleeping on a couch for 3 months. Yeah, pretty much waking up. So I have twins, Eva and Atlas, waking up pretty much every hour for something, whether it's baby screaming or just back pain from sleeping on a couch. So, but anyway, you guys are here for Ignite theme. So let's get into that.
Let's go.
So just to kind of set the stage, let's just go through what I think a lot of you guys are already kind of understand when it comes to what's wrong with most real estate websites. And I want to talk also quickly about just our philosophy and kind of what is the role of a real estate website in 2025 and beyond, because really like real estate has changed a lot. The role of a real estate website has changed dramatically. And I feel like a lot of agents still don't fully understand what the role is or what their website should be doing for them. A lot of companies don't really seem to understand this either. And so first and foremost, generic designs just don't cut it. It used to be, 10 years ago, you could set up a website that was essentially just a placeholder and had some IDX search and that was it. And now, I mean, if you have just a generic design, pretty much anyone you do business with, let's just get this out of the way. This is, in my opinion, the most important thing agents need to understand in this next generation of real estate is every single person that is going to consider doing business with you is going to Google you, whether that's someone that was referred to you, whether that was someone you met somewhere. Like they're going to Google you. People are also a lot less social these days. Like they're not eager to jump on the phone and have a conversation with someone that may not be the best choice for them. Like they want to vet them out first. I always give the example of buying a tube of toothpaste on Amazon. If you're like me, you're going to look for organic, like chemical-free toothpaste, right? You're going to look at a couple of different toothpaste. You're going to actually check out the reviews. Then you're also going to spend some time to see, are these reviews even real? Because that's a whole thing now on Amazon with like fake reviews. And so, and this is just for a freaking $5 tube of toothpaste. Imagine the sort of vetting that consumers are doing when it comes to one of the most financial, if not the most important financial decision like of their entire life. So at a bare minimum,
That's a really good point because I actually didn't think about that. The amount of vetting that I do when I'm ordering something from Amazon, like a book, because I've got to invest my time in reading the book, right?
Yep.
Highlighting. The last thing I want to do is pick it up, be on chapter 3 and be like, what a waste, right? Money and time. But I never thought to correlate that with real estate and saying, if I do that for a book, why would I not go way past that for a real estate agent? Totally, man. Good point.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, just talk to consumers, like talk to people. My sister's in the process of buying a home. Just talk to anyone that's looking to buy or sell a home. Ask them if they're doing any vetting, even if they're getting a referral. It used to be even a couple of years ago, you get a strong referral. Hey, I worked with Barbara. She was absolutely fantastic, but they're still going to vet Barbara out now. Like they used to just take that. Okay, great. There's no internet. Maybe that's like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. Okay, Barbara's great. I don't really have anything else to kind of base my decision on for choosing an agent. So let's just go with Barbara. Now it literally takes 2 seconds to put in, Tristan Almada real estate and do some Googling, do some vetting. And so like every single person that you work with, literally every single person without exception is going to vet you out. And your website is the first thing that's going to pop up in most cases. And so anyway, Jesus, I'm trying to get this webinar done in 30 minutes and we've already chewed up 10 minutes on point one.
Listen, if you go a little over, don't worry.
Don't worry about it. I'm trying to get better. I'm kind of new to this webinar thing, guys. So, but yeah.
No, you're not. Get out of here. All right, continue, Nelson.
All right, so let's go to the next point here. Even most custom websites, while pretty, lack a plan. So I've seen what a lot of custom design is just it maybe look great or look fantastic, but why does it have so many pages? What's the thought process here? What are the things that people are clicking on the most? If someone's coming to vet you out, what are the things they need to see? It just seems like there's an overall absence of like a cohesive plan, and in lieu of that, it's just sort of like it's to distract from that. It's just pretty visual stuff, which may not necessarily be doing the best job that it could in terms of like what your goal is, right? Which is for anyone that visits your website to want to do business with you. Overly IDX focus. So I mentioned this a little bit in the first point here, but yeah, IDX is it's just not what it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's still very viable. If you're talking about, there's a couple places where IDX still makes sense, right? If you're doing PPC, obviously it makes sense. If you're doing collaborative search with your clients, it makes sense. And if you're setting up like niche searches on your website, so think like lifestyle searches, like if you're an agent and you have lots of different demographics that you serve, maybe you have, your horse ranch properties or your luxury oceanfront condos, or, if you have specialized searches that serve the specific niches in your target demographic, then that makes sense. So in those three cases, IDX makes sense. In terms of making the entire focus of your website IDX, thinking that your website is going to compete with Zillow, it's not. Zillow has how many billions of dollars market cap? I mean, you're just not going to compete with Zillow. Consumers are using Zillow for their IDX, unless again you're using some sort of collaborative IDX search like Real Scout or Rooster. But again, making the focus of your website, the star of your website, IDX is just it's just silly and dated at this point. Fails to meet modern consumer expectations. So again, people are using your website to vet you out. We're going to show you lots of examples of the sort of stuff you should have in your website to that communicates social proof, articulates your core value, your unique skills, your experience. What is it that you guys uniquely bring to the table, whether you're an agent or team, that nobody else does? These are the things that should really be on your website. These are the things that people who are going to your website are actually looking for. And then finally, a placeholder, not a business tool. So from Agent Fire's perspective, where we've kind of moved over the last couple of years is really your website should be something that you should be able to use in every single conversation, every single interaction to be able to win and attract new business. And I'll show you guys examples of that as we move through this webinar, right? So the problem, when choosing a real estate website, typically you've been given two options, right? You got template websites that suck, and you got custom sites that can be great, but are maybe out of reach for most budgets, and also, tend to be much more of a time investment. So this is where we introduce our Ignite themes. So we have 4 Ignite themes. Let me just show you guys real quick. After this webinar, there was actually a slide here that shows the themes that you guys are not seeing, but you can see them here, and it's pretty much the same thing. After the webinar, as part of the email follow-up that we send out, I'll send you guys a link to a page where you can check out the themes. You can learn more about Ignite. You'll also get a recording of this webinar as well. So, unlike traditionally, if you look at companies that offer template websites, they usually have like 20 options, or an exorbitant amount of options, and like none of them are particularly good. They all look clearly template. This is why Ignite is a theme and not a template. And I'll bring up some of them on the screen right now.
Dude, out of those 4, I like visually, for me, I'm leaning towards the one I'm leaning towards 2. One that says your bridge to Bay Area living.
Okay.
That one. And then I'm really liking helping guide your home, helping guide you home. I'm envisioning that one on mobile, because there aren't a lot of words that follow, which is dedicated to an honest and friendly service. I feel like that might flow really well on mobile.
Yeah, it'll flow great on mobile. It's funny because so this is our gateway theme. I'll actually just show them on the screen right now. Let's take a look. So this is our Regalia theme here. So we have 4 themes again. This is Regalia. This is Gateway. So, and this has actually just been massively updated for 2025. Previously, it was a totally different theme that we were
looks like Iron Man's house. Is that Iron Man's house, Malibu?
It does look like Iron Man's house. I don't think it's Iron Man's house. I think Iron Man's house was circular.
Wait, there's the Iron Man suit in the background. You're lying to me. I'm joking.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm actually looking for the freaking Iron Man suit. So, but what you guys can see, I mean, just right away, and what Tristan said, I'm actually very happy that he said, is that he can imagine himself, or he can imagine his site being one of these sites. This is kind of how we built Ignite, where this isn't like a template boxy kind of thing. This is like a piece of clothing almost that you can put on. Each of the themes is sort of designed to target a specific demographic. So Tristan mentioned he liked this theme, which is our Gateway. Or sorry, this is our Pioneer theme. I apologize. Pioneer and Gateway were the 2 themes that we updated for 2020. All of our themes got updated for 2025, but these, we actually did like a completely different theme for Pioneer and Gateway. So yeah, so and let's just
I
take a look
love
at.
this piece, man. That's good. Such a great job, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we're I'm very particular when it comes to design, and we have really great designers. So this is the district theme. You can see it's got more of a like more of an urban type feel.
Hmm.
But yeah, all of these themes, and I'll go through how we go about setting these up and how we are able to create a really like custom type end result at a fraction of the price. So anyway, you guys can check out all these themes on your free time. So let's go back to the next slide here.
I like it.
Yeah.
Young just put up the link there. So if anybody wants to take a look at
Oh,
those,
cool. Yeah, there's links. You'll see the four themes on that link that Yang just shared. And yeah, you can view the demo sites. They're up now. We just made them live yesterday at about or actually today at about 2 a.m. So if you find anything wrong with the themes, don't let us know. I mean, we like, the process of making a site live sometimes involves things breaking, and so, but I think they should be 100%. So, four themes, unlimited possibilities. Unlike generic templates that overwhelm you with dozens of subpar cookie cutter options, Ignite themes give you just four designs, and they're really like we spend a lot of time on these themes, and we've actually updated them every single year. So, these themes are designed to, and unlike template themes, these themes are designed to position you as the clear choice in your local market, showcase your unique value and hyperlocal expertise. I'll show you what that looks like on some of the interior pages in a second, and ultimately to just build instant trust with your audience. You get the impression you get when you come to a professional website where there's not a whole lot of, the menu is really concise and it's just got the things that, me as a consumer, I'm looking for. Everything is nice, is just clean, crisp. I'm seeing this agent has this unique experience, these unique things that they're going to be able to bring to the table when it comes to doing business with them. Like this is the stuff that I'm looking for, and this is what these themes are designed to do. Oh, here's the slide that I mentioned that has the four themes. Again, you guys will get a copy of this slide deck after the webinar and the email that we send out.
nice.
Built with strategy, not just style. So we've actually had an earlier webinar. This was a couple of months ago now. We've been promoting this a little bit on our main site and through our ads that we created Blueprint. So it's essentially, it's a 21-point visual checklist for the perfect post NAR settlement website. Essentially, what we're trying to communicate is that we're in a very different era now. The NAR settlement really marked, in my mind, a very very big shift between how it just sort of cemented how what I think we already know about consumers in terms of how they view real estate agents, which is a lot of them see real estate agents, they see big commissions, and they think they're overpaid or they're not worth what they do. Does that make sense? and that's where it's just so much more important to use a website to actually show like you are worth your commission. Like look at all these cool things. Look at all the experience you're going to get. Look at, I'm going to be with you from start to finish. Even after the transaction, you're going to get access to my all of the vendors that I work with. I'm going to take care of everything for you, and that's all beautifully articulated through the website. It's just really, really important. So you guys can actually, I'll include a link to Blueprint in the follow-up email that I send as well, and you guys can check it out. I'm really proud of that. I spent a lot of time on it, and essentially it's sort of our ethos for how we design every single website here at Agent Fire.
Nelson, quick question from the audience. Are you saying that these sites are custom and not templated?
They're
Or
themes. So I'll actually get into how we set them up in a second, but they're not it's not custom. You're not working directly with a senior designer on rounds of revisions. It's, I'll actually get to that in a second, but it's essentially a hybrid between like a theme and like a custom, if that makes sense. So I'll actually talk about that in this slide here, right? Effortless onboarding, exceptional results. So we've really, and again, being in business for as long as we have, we know that it's a process to build a real estate website, to collect all the information we need from clients. Historically, the most difficult thing to be able to collect has been just the copy that we should be using throughout the website. So on the homepage, on the why work with us page, on the buyer services and seller services, it's time consuming to create copy. And so we've designed, we have our own AI tools. It's a lot more advanced than ChatGPT. We've got like a AI phenomenon working for us. His name is Luke Belcourt. And so essentially when you go through our onboarding process, the form should take you maybe an hour or 2 hours maximum. But what's going to happen there is we're going to extract all the information we need. So obviously, we want to get information on, do you have a logo? Do you have brand colors, other brand colors you like? Do you have specific fonts? If you don't, we're able to suggest all this stuff for you. But really the big thing is we want to be able to extract all the unique stuff from you or from your team to be able to then display that on the website. And so, and we have really cool AI tools to where, as you're going through the onboarding process and you're giving us information, you don't have to spend like 10 hours filling out forms and thinking and really working through to perfectly articulate the copy that you want in each individual section. You can sort of just like vomit your thoughts. I hate to use that word, but just get it all out there into the forms. Just anything that comes to you, just tell us, and we're going to be able to use our AI tools to essentially extract your brand voice, your personality. That's all going to bleed into the copy that we put onto each individual page of your website, and everything's going to be just really professional, concise. Going to follow all of the best standards in terms of readability. Making the site scannable. It's another big issue I see websites suffer with, where you've got a homepage and you've got just massive blocks of text in each individual section when people are programmed to just scan pages, even especially the homepage. You want to make it scannable. Anyway, let me not get too deep into a rabbit hole, but we built an onboarding process to where it's an hour, 2 hours, go through the forms, and we're going to be able to create like an amazing freaking website for really a very minimal amount of time and effort. Website that's fully branded to you. So this just kind of piggybacks off of what I was talking about in the last section. And you can look at this example here. I should have actually queued up some examples of like actual finalized Ignite themes, so you can compare it to the to the base theme and see what it looks like. But man, colors, not only colors and fonts, but just like all of everything that makes you unique, you're going to see like we pour into this final end result, and it looks very, very custom. Again, without the time investment and without the financial investment. So the big 3 pages, I actually want to just spend a couple of minutes going through why I think these pages are so important. So that is the number one most visited page on our client websites, and this actually shocks a lot of people who think it's the IDX, is the why work with me, why work with us section, right? And so let's just go into one of Tristan's favorite themes. So we'll look at the Pioneer theme here, and we'll go to I think it's under About Me. So this is a page that essentially, and we're actually, I'm in the process, we are like tweaking this menu a little bit just to make it a little bit more concise. You guys will probably see that by the time you visit these themes. We're working on it right now as we speak. But the Why Work With Us page, Why Work With Me page is, first of all, again, the most visited page on our client websites, which again, just confirms what we already know, which is that people are coming to your site to vet you out. But it's also a page that you could just use in your daily conversations and interactions. And like anyone that's considering working with you, it's just, hey, you can share not only this page, but you can share, and let's look at a different website. So this is our gateway theme.
Mm-hmm.
If they're a buyer or they're a seller, then you could also share your buyer services and seller services page. And you can see here, on these pages, again, we're articulating your skills and unique value and everything that makes you special. And again, it's just very professional looking. We're providing value to the end user. Anytime you're able to provide value to someone through your website, you are simultaneously demonstrating your expertise. And so, just imagine this page just like fully branded to you. Like you can use this in the conversations that you guys are having every day. A lot of what we do here at Agent Fire is so that you can, whether it's these pages, whether it's our area guides, which I'll show you guys in a second, the website is designed for you to be able to use it as a tool in your everyday interactions.
I feel like, Nelson, and we didn't talk about this last time, but I feel like I can go through, and this is why we're hiring you to build out the brokerage one, right? As we expand into the rest
Yeah.
but I feel like I can grab pieces of my site that you're building and use those for specific reasons as to reaching out to clients if they've got questions. Or I remember the 2 sessions ago where you have a section for reviews, and I could easily grab that and send it out to clients that I'm working with, that I'm barely working with. Like I just hung up.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you're talking about the Tom Ferry inspired nosy neighbor campaigns, which let me try to get an example of that. But essentially, these are like case. Yeah.
Yeah, not just that. It's like everything else in here. I feel like I can grab it
Yep.
after a phone call with a client that I just talked to. I'm like, hey, here's a little bit about me, or check this out. Very specific to the conversation that I'm having with possible buyers that are working with me or possible sellers. And I
That is exactly like I'm really happy. You would think that Tristan and I had planned this, but like that's literally I'm very happy you said that, and that's the direction we're moving towards. Is we want every single interaction you have, like just think about it. Why wouldn't you be able to leverage your website in some shape or form? So if they're
yeah.
looking in a particular area, you could send them. So, this slide here, we're talking about our area guides, which is probably our most popular feature here at Agent Fire.
Mhm.
And just a couple of things. So let's look at an area guide on one of these themes. So we'll go to community guides here. We'll go to Coral Gables. So these are great. I mean, if you're having a conversation with someone about a specific neighborhood that they're considering moving to, then you can send them a link to that area page on your website. It makes you look professional, and then you're also providing a lot of value to them. And on this page, you're going to see a boundary map, which you can swap this out for like an image, or I think even a video if you want. Area description, which we'll populate the descriptions for you using our AI tools. You can go in and update them at any time. Listings, market reports. So these market reports, that's a great example of something. You can actually go into your back end and grab the URL for these very easily. And if you're having this conversation with someone about Coral Gables, it's like, hey, check out this market report, send them to the link to that, or shoot them a text message. Schools in the area. We got Yelp top local businesses. You can actually customize this with your favorite businesses. And then you can, someone's new to the area. It's like, hey, check out, I've got all my favorite picks for Coral Gables for, restaurants, gyms, all that kind of stuff. Check out this page here, and you can check that stuff out. And then also, if you're into blogging, you can tag blog posts to the specific areas, to the specific areas. So you could blog about local events. My favorite thing that clients do is they have a newsletter and they're blogging about just what's going on in the area and some stuff about, just the real estate market in their target demographic. So yeah, that's an example of an area page. And I wanted to show one more thing. I think it's actually on the next slide. So, by the way, when you have really robust area pages on your website, you've seen, I think if you guys are familiar with Agent Fire, one of our, favorite client features is click maps, which you could absolutely get a click map on your Ignite theme. So here's an example of a click map.
Oh, this is the guy we interviewed. I was trying to
Yeah,
remember
this
his
is Jeff. This is a
yeah.
custom website, but you can get, ClickMap is an add-on that we offer through Agent Fire. And so this is just an example of when you have this sort of stuff on your website, again, not only are you providing value in a unique way that you're just not going to get on Zillow or any of the big portal websites, but you're also simultaneously demonstrating like, hey, this is my area.
Yes.
I'm the authority in this area. And so it's been a big hit with,
This is my favorite. Well, one of them now. Now that we've been doing this a little bit, this is
yeah.
one of my favorite things, man, that you guys do.
It's so funny. And this was like really an afterthought when we started working on this, and people just loved it so much that we made it an add-on. And it's actually our most popular. It's a one-time setup fee. So of all of our add-ons, we've got our monthly and our one-times. This is our most popular one-time add-on.
Nelson, at the end, after you go through this, can you go through that page that you went the first time through where it shows how much the add-ons cost if people need them? I found that very useful.
Yeah, sure. I'll actually go. We have a greatly improved checkout process, so I'll go through that at the end of the webinar.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, sure. So showcase your listings. I know we're now running into overtime, so I'll go through this stuff quickly.
Let's keep going. I got you.
Yeah. So we have a feature called we have a bunch of features at Agent Fire. We have 10 core features which you can learn about more on our agentfire.com website. But some of the fan favorites, area guides, which I just covered, my listings. So essentially, what you can do is you can actually import your listings from IDX into the My Listings tool, and it just allows you to create. You can create like a single property website. It allows you to just more beautifully feature your listing. I wanted to also just highlight this quickly because we're working on a lot of cool new AI tools here at Agent Fire. Again, the big thing for us now is like how can agents and teams use these websites in every interaction they're having. And so we're working on what's called Listing Hub, which essentially you're going to be able to go to any listing, type, I think it's like slash hashtag promote to the end of the listing, and it'll give you a whole bunch of options for cool things you can do to create like a listing presentation, to be able to post it to social media. I'm going to show you an example of what some of that stuff looks like here in a second. So it's actually what I'm talking about here, right? AI tools that massively amplify your output. So here, I want to show you guys just in real time an example that I don't even think most of our clients are aware this is available yet. So I can go to any area guide, any IDX
Uh-huh.
listing, or any my listing on the website, and I can type
Okay.
in. I have to be logged into the website, right? So you can see I'm logged in because you can see the menu here on the bottom. And I
Yeah.
can type in slash drip, or sorry, hashtag drip.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it just gives me now all these options for being able to promote this listing. Again, this works for IDX listings, my listings,
This. Oh.
and area guides too. So you could choose the campaign type you want, right? So like a just sold or just listed, right? Which drips you need. So you can click in here to see all the different drips that are available. And then the perspective. So mine, my team's, my brokerages, someone else's, I'm just sharing it, right? So if you have a great listing, if you're aware of a listing that like perfectly matches the criteria of what one of your buyers is looking for, you could put someone else's, I'm sharing it, and then you hit generate, and this actually take a long time. Well, not a long time. It actually goes pretty quick considering how much AI stuff we have working in the background. And I want to stress too, our AI stuff, we're not just using ChatGPT, we're using Perplexity, we're using like complex workflows. This is like, it's stuff that I even struggle to explain just because it's so, I'm very good when it comes to AI, and this stuff is just above my head. Again, we have a real genius working with us here at Agent Fire. But this will actually get emailed to me, and then it'll also show up on the screen as well. And I'll be able to essentially, if I want to share this social media, if I want to send this via text message, if I want to send an email with this listing or area guide, I'm going to be able to do that. I'll come back to this tab in a second. We'll see what it populates. And then, more than a website, a tool for winning clients. So that's pretty much everything I've just been saying for the last 33 minutes, where the website really, more than anything, it should be a tool that you should be able to leverage in every conversation, every interaction to win and attract new business. So let's see, before I get into the final stuff, let's see if this is finished here. It's a little bit longer. I wonder if we can buy time somehow without just sitting here waiting for this to, or this taking too long.
This is such a
Yeah.
to
All right.
to
5,
what other
4.
wait,
Yeah,
what while I'm waiting, I have a question about this. What
sure.
other things are we able to do besides the hashtag drip? Like,
So
is
right now
there
it's just
anything that
hashtag drip. The big new thing we're working on, this is going to be our first massive feature of 2025, is going to be hashtag promote. And that'll be, essentially, it's going to be part of it. So my listings is going to turn into listings hub. And we're going to just make it so that you're able to do a lot more promotion for your listings. Yeah, so you can actually email all this to, so this is this is all the drips that are created. And you can actually email this to yourself. I think on the bottom there's an option to do that. But you can see, yeah, just like expertly written content. We're actually also uh, uh, improving this to where in your Agent Fire dashboard, you're going to have a place where you can add your own personal persona. So if you like to be, if you're like a friendly person, if you like to crack jokes a lot, we can have the content make jokes be friendlier. We can have it just better reflect your specific brand and personality. And again, that's something that just, we're going to continue to work towards and make progress towards as a company for the foreseeable future, to like essentially be able to
awesome.
read your mind when it comes to generating content that's supposed to be written, from you. So again, this is just one example of some of the AI stuff that we're working on. What I was mentioning a second ago with Tristan is that listing hub, I don't want to get too into it because if I had visuals, maybe in our next webinar, I'll showcase some of the stuff we're working on for list.
Yeah,
Maybe
let's
it'll be
do
like
that.
what's coming in 2025 type webinar. But
Yep.
yeah, it's going to be just full. We realize that people more and more are wanting to leverage the website to be able to promote their listings and to get more listings. And so we're building a whole massive feature around that and making it dead simple to where it's just, go to the listing, type / promote, and a whole menu of options comes up and you can just click and magic happens.
I like when magic happens.
Yeah, me too.
You make my life easier, man.
We try. So we're going to try something new for this webinar. We usually do like a 24-hour offer or like a, through the end of the month offer. I want to do an exclusive offer where just for the next 30 minutes, if you want to get started with an Ignite site, We'll do it for $400. These are normally priced at $700. All you have to do to qualify is either just book a demo. So just book a demo in the next 30 minutes. You can go to agentfire.com and book a demo there, or you can actually go to our checkout and just use Ignite webinar. And this code will only work for the next 30 minutes. If you book a demo, I've just mentioned on the demo that you were part of the webinar, you were at the webinar, and we'll honor the $400. We're still going to do a promo, a holiday promo for Ignite for our 2025 Ignite theme. So it'll be discounted to $500 regularly, but just for this webinar, just for the next 30 minutes, we're going to offer it for $400.
I like that.
And I wanted to show you quickly, final thing I'll show here. Actually, two things. One is, speaking of, I've talked a lot about social proof and kind of people are going to vet you out. They go to your website. Agent Fire is the #1 overall rated real estate website platform on every major review platform. So every major is certainly Facebook, Google, Trustpilot, G2. If you compare us to any other company that makes real estate websites, we have a higher overall rating. We've had a massive year this year, a tremendous amount of growth. And I think I owe that all, I would say that we would attribute all of that to just this new sort of next generation type philosophy where, the website is not about just like focusing exclusively on IDX and being a placeholder. It's something that should, I hate to say this again, but articulate your value, your experience, everything that makes you unique and what you bring to the table, what separates you from your competitors. It should make you look extremely professional. It should position you as the undisputed hyper-local authority. And it should be a tool that you should be able to leverage in every interaction and conversation. I know I've said that like 20 times in this webinar, but I'll say it one final time because I think it's just so important. So, Agent Fire, #1 reviewed pretty much everywhere. So again, you can go to agentfire.com if you're interested in Ignite or any of our packages, and you can book a demo.
Take us through, there you go. Take us through the add-ons. That's what I wanted to see.
So this actually, we've finally got like I think we're the only real estate website. We are the only real estate website solution that has an actual like shopping cart checkout process. So if you go to our pricing page and you click build your package and get pricing, you can see we've got our 3 themes here. So you can see Ignite. You can actually, there'll be a step at the end to enter the promo code, and you would just enter Ignite webinar for the $400 price. There's going to be another webinar. There's going to be another promo code, which will be Ignite Holiday, and that'll give you Ignite for $500. So if you're watching the replay of this and you didn't make it within the first 30 minutes, you can still use Ignite Holiday to get Ignite for $100. But yeah, you can choose Ignite here. Let me actually just.
While you're doing this, there's a couple of questions you could probably answer.
Sure.
One, Tammy.
I'll tell you what, let me actually, I'll just show you this really quick and then I'll answer. So seriously, go to the pricing page, you click, let's go back to this, right? Build your package and get pricing. And you can see we have like a full process, right? So I can click semi-custom if I want. So if I click Ignite, it's going to force me to choose one of the themes. So I can click view demo to view, the full theme before I choose it, right? So let's choose district, which is one of Tristan's favorite themes. Next step. And then you can just go through the process. Are you going to be adding IDX to your website? Most people are. So you're going to click yes, add your MLSs. Next step. Here's where you can see the add-ons. So this is what Tristan was talking about. So if you're interested in a ClickMap is actually something we sell. It's subject to a quote. So, but you can, click to add it here, and then we'll just follow up to collect the information we would need to be able to give you a quote on what a ClickMap would cost. I believe they start at $500, or I believe they start at $400. I should know these things, right? As the owner, but I don't.
Don't worry. People ask me, they're like, Tristan, what are the different tiers for Y Realty? The brokerage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Hold on. To my co-founder. So funny.
Yeah, the number of things I do on a daily basis. Anyway, so yeah, choose your design package, IDX, add-ons. Here you create your account, and then you enter your payment information, and that's it. And you're up and running. Everything is in the queue. We'll reach out. A project manager will reach out to let you know what the next steps are, and we've got the process really dialed in. So you said there were some questions.
Yeah. Tammy says, and Tammy, I don't know if it's changed since you posted this, but let us know. I've booked my demo, but I have not received a confirmation to my email yet.
You should get it any second. Yeah, you should. I mean, if you should get it any second, or maybe it takes a little while. Demos we do all of our demo booking stuff on the Agent Fire main site through Calendly. So you should get a confirmation.
She booked it yesterday. So Tammy,
you probably misspelled your email. Then that happens sometimes, and so if you misspell your email, you're probably better off.
Who
Actually, you know
could
what?
right now?
Just send me an email and I'll get you squared away. I'll look and see where the dump. Just send me an email, Nelson@agentfire.com, and I'll take a look. Yeah.
Nelson@agentfire.com. There you go. All right. And then the next question, Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy? Do I own the site? Is there a monthly payment that is required?
Sure. Yeah. Sorry. Agent Fire is $149 a month with IDX, and you technically don't own the site. If you would own the site if it was like a WordPress site, or I know that there are some companies that offer that, but the reality is, anywhere you go and set up a site, if you decide to pull the plug and they're hosting the site, it's going to be very difficult for you to move anything over to somewhere else. Ultimately, what is the site, right? It's a lot of it is features, which you wouldn't be able to own because those are proprietary to Agent Fire. And then there's content, which you can throw into. I think we do have like an export import feature, but I don't know how well it works. What I will say is, we have very low turnover rate. So, most people that sign up with Agent Fire aren't, looking to pack their bags.
Oh, dude, you're making it a big piece of my business. It's like,
Yeah.
why would I get rid of it? Maddie's got a question. What
Sure.
if you decide you want to change your site theme after checkout? How, uh, how in general would you update it?
It depends. I mean, if we've already built out the full theme, I'm not sure. I don't know that we've ever had someone that has done that, like change from one theme to another after we've built. If you went through the checkout process and you chose one theme and then you want to switch to another theme, that's really easy. I mean, one of our after you make a purchase through Agent Fire, a project manager is going to reach out to let you know what the next steps are, and you could just say, "Hey, I chose the Gateway theme, but I really want the Pioneer theme, and we'll just switch it for you."
Dude, I probably would be calling you yearly. Be like, Nelson, I'm gonna change my theme this year. How if I wanted to do that, do you guys do that like every year? And what's the cost? If I
So we
wanted,
we have what are called loyalty credits. So every month you're with us, you get $10 worth of credits, which adds up. Our average client retention is almost 4 years. So yeah, I mean, if you're with us for a couple of years, you want to do a new theme, you probably have you've more than half you more than half more than Jesus Christ more than covered you've more than covered half of the setup costs, essentially, just by being an Agent Fire client. But and I think it's a good idea, but I do think it's a good idea every couple of years at least to just do some basic cleanup to the website. And we have very affordable rates we have lots of clients reaching out all the time, especially now that we have this new blueprint. This 21 point visual checklist. We've had a lot of clients reach out and says, hey, how much to just update my website to blueprint,
something new, or if I wanted to add the map, that clickable map thing, right?
yeah, you can
That
add that at any time. Yeah.
I like that. All right, let's see, Stephen. If you upgrade and scale up to semi-custom, does the expense you paid for Ignite, does the semi-custom cost get reduced by what you paid for Ignite?
We do have a policy on this. I forget exactly what it is. I'm really sorry. I'm very sleep deprived. We have where
I get it.
we'll
You might
prorate
get
the yeah. If you've signed, let's put it this way: if you're a client, we're going to take care of you. Period. So if you sign up with an Ignite theme and then you want to upgrade later to semi-custom or custom, I forget the exact. We do have a plan in place for this. You can just email me, Nelson@agentfire.com. I'll find out from the team and get back to you. But generally speaking, it's when we get a client, we want to keep that client, and so we're very financially motivated to give discounts and breaks to just keep them on the team, and make them happy.
I like that. Well, look, I can tell you from knowing Nelson, I've known Nelson for a few years now, and we just recently started
Yeah.
working together. He's one of the nicest guys you will ever talk to, and he runs
Uh,
his business. So, I trust him 100% on this. He's not here to screw you. He's here long term. That's why I love this guy. So
Thanks,
good
man.
job.
Yeah, actually, I started working with Tristan after I talked to Dan, who is the owner of Follow Up Boss. Well, still is the owner of Follow Up Boss,
Yeah.
and he had mentioned that you'd done just a tremendous job for their Facebook group in particular. And Dan actually said something to me, which was that like that just stuck with me back then, which was just how small this industry is and how important it is to just I don't know, just be a good person. Because when you're not, like, especially I don't know if you guys, especially as an owner, um, man, if someone's like a prick, you just hear about it
Oh, oh,
like nonstop from everyone. So I mean, I think I'm a good person for other reasons other than but yeah, I don't know. I try to be a good person.
you're a good dude, man. All right, Jimmy, another question, and then Penny. Jimmy's got one says,
Sure.
do you do WordPress sites as well, or just what you were seeing here?
No, we don't do WordPress. So we actually, not to go into a rabbit hole, but Agent Fire, when I first started Agent Fire, we were doing WordPress websites. But no, for us to be able to like put out the features that we're putting out and to be able to reach like a certain level of scale, WordPress just wouldn't be sustainable for us, right? Because WordPress, it's like anyone can add their own plugins and we need to keep things locked down. We have thousands and thousands of clients and you can't have a situation where you're doing WordPress and one crazy person could add some weird Russian plugin. All of a sudden, everything gets hacked. It's just not to go too deep into a rabbit hole, but the thing with WordPress is you're never going to get good features. There's good real estate themes on WordPress, but to actually get features like our area guides or any of the features that we've built over the last 10 years, there's not. You don't find good features. You don't find like our engage call to action system, our lead pages. Like you don't find really awesome real estate specific features on a WordPress website. You just find like good looking themes. But yeah, and WordPress is also I worked with WordPress like for all of my life. Where I love WordPress. Agent Fire, like we actually are technically based on like a WordPress, but it's our own like custom version of WordPress. So we've like forked off the core install of WordPress many years ago. But yeah, there's a lot of downsides. If you're hosting your own WordPress site, it's a huge time commitment. You have all these plugins, you have to update them all the time. Any one of those plugins during any one of those updates could break things. And then if you're not a developer, that's very hard to troubleshoot. So anyway, sorry, not to go too deep down. I love rabbit holes, so I am.
I know you do, which are good. Sometimes great rabbit holes. All right, Penny says, we've been with Agent Fire for many years now, and the support is amazing. Just wanted to share. So
Penny, you're the best. Thank you. Yeah.
Penny rocks. Maddie, is there a contract for yearly, or we just go month to month?
We only do month to month. We actually be getting a lot of questions about yearly. And the thing is, like, so we would offer a yearly, but we have such a high retention rate, like just on a purely financial level. It doesn't make sense for us to offer yearly because again, most of our clients are with us for almost 4 years. Like our average customer retention is 4 years. That's like unheard of
That's a lot. That's high,
in
man.
SaaS. So, but we have clients that that they will ask to just pay the full 12 months, like for tax purposes, let's say. But we don't. Unfortunately, we don't have like an annual plan. We've talked about it a bunch, but it's just it adds more more bulk to the pricing page, and we already have so much stuff there. Anyway, yeah, sorry, a very long answer to a very short question. I apologize.
No, that's good, man. I like that. All right. And then we've got Jimmy's got a whole bunch of questions. Jimmy,
Yeah,
reach out
shoot. Yeah.
to Nelson. I shot the email there, Nelson at agentfire.com, I think it was. Those are good.
Yeah,
And
anyone here that has any questions, I love I don't get to talk to clients that often or so I mean shoot me an email, Nelson at agentfire.com. Happy to chat.
got it. Dan, can we integrate Real Scout? You can integrate Rooster into Agent Fire. Nelson,
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you?
we do Real Scout and Rooster. So Rooster, the way that Real Scout is set up is it's not like a direct integration where the IDX is integrated into the website. It's actually so if someone clicks on like search homes, it's actually going to go to the Real Scout experience, but that's by design. So because if you talk to Andrew, talk to the guys at Real Scout, their perspective, and I agree with this to a large extent, is that people don't trust people trust the IDX experience more if it's branded to a third party. And so yeah, we have a lot of clients now that are using Real Scout and Agent Fire, and essentially Agent Fire is kind of their branded website, and then Real Scout is what they're using to re-engage their database, right? Because that's the principal thing in Real Scout is that it goes through your database and sends listing notifications, and it's really easy for you to work directly with your clients to set them up on listing notifications. That's kind of from my perspective, that's the big value of Real Scout. And so yeah, Agent Fire for the branded website experience, and Real Scout for for IDX search collaboration and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Any questions you have, you know how to get a hold of Nelson. Get that demo. I think at this point you've only got about 20 minutes left on that. If you miss it, it'll go up $100 on these.
Yeah, still a great value. But yeah, just 30 minutes to book a demo or get signed up right now.
I love it. Nelson, thank you so much, man. This was great. I always
Cool.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a great Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, whatever you guys celebrate, and see you guys in the next one. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you.